We've been tracking the changing real estate market here in Reno and Sparks. Did we see the numbers drop again in August? Let's take a look. Well, we did see home prices drop for the Reno Sparks area for August. We saw it drop about $10,000 or so, and if you take a look at the year, you can see we did end up peaking in May at $615,000. So do note, we normally do see the peak of home prices around the summertime, and then they start to drop down. So don't think that just because we're seeing home prices drop, the market's dropping crazy or anything like that. A lot of this is seasonality. Now the market has slowed, and we're going to talk about in these numbers here. And if you've been following along, you know we have been tracking this as well. Taking a look at price drops here in the Reno area, I've had this slide for the last few months, and it's a great one just to see home prices. Homes go on the market and then they drop them. As you can see, the black line, a lot higher than the last few years. And with that, we're starting to see that line finally trend downward. So that is good news. Either sellers are finally getting a little bit more realistic. They weren't outpacing the market when they thought it was going to continue to trend upwards like crazy. Now they're realizing, okay, the market's starting to stabilize. We need to be more realistic on our pricing and not ask $100,000 more than it's worth. So that's good news that we're starting to see that market stabilize. And I truly believe we're starting to go into a more stable market. Taking a look at what median days to contract are, we went up a week from 25 days to contract to 32 days to contract. That means it takes on average about a month to get your home on the market and sold. Now, that means half of those homes that went on the market, got an accepted offer, did get it done in less than a month, but the other half took longer than a month. So do note that homes can still sell relatively fast. I just put a listing on last week in a highly desirable area at a great price point, and it sold in the first few days. So that still does happen. Talk with me if you're a seller and you want to make that happen for you too, and we could strategize. Now, if you look at the different price ranges, you can see which ones are selling the quickest. I was surprised by the $300,000 to $399,000 price range at 41 days to contract, but I think a lot of those buyers in that price range may be starting to hold back a little bit, since with the higher interest rates they're a little bit more easily affected when interest rates rise. Historically, we see that change as well. So that might be what it is, but that's just a speculation. Looking at all of our sold listings for August, as well as the new listings and our inventory did start to go down. So inventory ended up peaking in July. Normally we do see it peak around August, September actually, once it gets a little bit closer to the cooler months, but we saw it happen, it looks like, in July, so a little bit quicker. So we're going to start to probably see inventory trend downward, as well as new listings likely will trend downward as well. We saw it went from 687 to 596 for new listings. Sold actually went up a little bit, so that's good news. If you look at what's available in your price range here in August, on average, you can see, by the way, for August is red, July is gray, and you can see that a lot of these actually dropped. The 500 to $1 million price ranges there dropped on average, about 20 homes in each of those. So we did see the biggest change there, but nothing dramatic that we have been seeing the last few months. Again, I think we're starting to stabilize. Month supply of inventory. What this means is are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market? Now, this is 3 months. By definition, that would mean it is still a seller's market. I still believe there are some buyer market pockets out there that if you're looking for, you can get a good deal for a home. But that's why you come talk to me when you're looking out there to purchase, so we can get you that good deal. If you look at all the different price ranges out there, you can see that a lot of these are actually closer to 2 months. The higher price points taking a little bit longer, it looks like, though. And that big $1.5 million plus homes are taking even longer. New contracts by month. Now this one is always our forecaster of where our market's going to go for this next month and how many closings we're going to have. Well, this one actually surprised me of a bit of a over 100 more homes went under contract in August versus July. And what does that mean? Well, that means that we're going to have more closings in September, it looks like. And that's good news that we're seeing more market activity. That's actually the highest new contracts since October of last year. So the highest of all of this year so far for new contracts. So that's great news. We saw some good activity in August, and I think a lot of buyers had put pause on their purchase when interest rates rose, and now we're finally starting to see them peek their heads out and be like, okay, you know, we're going to be in this way for a while. We still need a place to live. So the market is going to trend and be more stable than you have been the last couple of years, and so people are finally starting to realize that. Let's take a look at our hyper-local markets, and we're going to start with Reno. $599,000 median sales price, rose just slightly, surprisingly, over last month, but just under 1%. Sales went up as well, but new listings and inventory dropped. Days to contract jumped up a bit too. Taking a look at Sparks, home prices did drop in Sparks, and new listings and inventory dropped as well. Median days to contract inched up a bit though. Driving out to Fernley, $385,500 for a median priced home out there. Did drop 5.5%. New listings and active inventory did still rise out there, surprisingly. Our capital of Carson City, $512,000, did drop a little bit. And we saw new listings and inventory drop. Notice most of these, minus Carson City, inventory and new listings are going down. We'll probably see that trend continue through the rest of the year though. Again, seasonality. Let's take a look at Gardnerville and Minden. $615,000. Actually a decent drop of over 15%, almost 16%. So that one did drop a little bit more, and new listings and inventory dropped as well, with a big jump on median days on market there. I'm going to finish up with condo townhomes in Reno Sparks. We did see the price drop to $329,000. Inventory dropped a bit, and new listings just barely dropped. So, and homes actually, days to contract went down a little bit, so they're selling a little bit faster than last month. So interesting stuff happening in our market. If you are curious at all or want a little bit more data, maybe you're thinking about buying or selling, whether next month, 6 months from now, or a year from now, or you don't know when you should, give me a call. My information's below. Call me, text me, email me. All of that's below, and we can get in touch. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you watch all my upcoming videos, and don't forget to click over here to see my past videos currently. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.